this is what you've been waiting for. Hold it, Sonny. Don't crowd me. So step this way because this is your State Fair USA. Thrills and chills and... Easy, Sonny. I'm just a peacock trying to make a living. Every set is a front row seat, folks. And we've got enough living colors for everybody. And there's one more thing. Put your money away because it's all on the house tonight.
For 1960s, Chevy's got them all. Exciting new wagons, the fun-packed compact Corvair, luxurious sedans. Whatever you like to drive, start the 60s right with the finest Chevy ever. And now Chevrolet, on behalf of your local authorized Chevrolet dealer, brings you live from Hollywood, The Chevy Show. And your State Fair USA, starring Roy Rogers and Dale Evans.
Thank you and welcome to the Chevy State Fair USA.
With a special howdy to all you little cowboys and cowgirls. Better fill up your saddlebags with cotton candy.
And your canteens with soda pop, because tonight it's roundup time on the Midway. The weather being sort of unfriendly at most parts of the country, we thought it would be a real good idea to bring back the summertime.
You see, we spent our summer, Dale, myself, and the kids, with some friends around over the country at different state fairs. So with the help of our cameraman who followed us around when he wasn't chewing around on hamburgers and hot dogs.
And some blue ribbon guests like Jimmy Dean, Molly B., and Carl Reiner, who was nice enough to step in at the last minute when our favorite Irish tenor, Dennis Day, was unable to be with us. Say, here he is. Hi, Carl.
Carl, do you feel Irish?
Do I feel Irish?
Oh, I want to go back to me tumble-down shack where the bright roses bloom round the door.
That's Irish, all right.
I tell you, that's as Irish as I'll ever get.
That's Irish enough.
Oh, now it's time to go to the fair.
Dale and I will be there.
The happiest kids with a prize-winning mare
At the fair. Just come along with Dale and me. You'll meet some real nice company.
A lot of nice folks coming to the fair, like Jimmy Dean. He'll be there.
And to travel around from state to state, here's Molly B. She's my date.
Yeah.
Nothing's greater, nothing's finer than to meet my friend, Carl Reiner.
You made it. Oh, but Carl, everybody else has a girl.
Well, you know, this is a last-minute thing. My girlfriend happens to be busy.
What a goose.
She sounded very nice on the phone.
Name the place, and we'll be there at the fair. At the fair.
night. Come then, maidens and men, to the fair in the pride of the morning. So lock up your house, there'll be plenty of fun, and it's hi-ho, come to the fair. Hi-ho, come to the fair. Come one, come all, the big and the small, and we'll take you to your state fair, USA.
Over 60 million people went to some kind of a fair this year. Now, many went to look at the exhibits. Some went to spend their money on the midway. But as far as I know, our Dusty and Sandy were the only two who ate their way through a county fair, 2 regional fairs, and 3 state fairs. You know, they started to eat the minute we got to Ohio, and Roy even had to give them an advance on their allowance. Before the day was over, there were storm warnings in practically every refreshment stand in Ohio. Those two, I never saw kids eat so much.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I'm looking for the... Quiet, honey, quiet. I'm looking for the 4-H building, the 4-H club.
Oh, the 4-H club. It should be just the other side of the women's exhibit. But I beg your pardon. Aren't you a little old to be a 4-H club member?
Well, I just got into the club last week.
Oh.
The way I farm, they let me join up 1 H at a time. but thanks for helping me. I don't want to be late for the rooster judging contest. I'm going to win a blue ribbon with my little rooster here.
A rooster? In a rooster contest? Look, I've been away from the ranch a little while, but that looks like a pig.
Sure enough?
Yeah.
That's a pig?
Look at him.
No wonder you say cock-a-doodle-oink every morning. I know these mail-order bifocals wouldn't. I should have suspected it. You know, all the eggs has been coming out with 1 yolk and 2 ham hocks. That means something. That means something, I know. I guess that means I'll have to enter the hog calling contest. I better practice up. Ring-a-ding-ding. My granddaddy learned me that.
Oh, well, say, we got some pretty good callers in Chatsworth.
No, Granddaddy got 'em all beat. He was the finest one ever coaxed a hog out of the wallah.
Oh.
When he'd let loose, every hog in the country for miles around would come charging up.
Oh.
You know, they made him stop calling because he was too good.
But why?
Well, I'm going to tell you why. One time, he called so loud, all the bacon came running out of the general store. And it ruined the Saturday dance, all that bacon, people sledging around. Well, we better go, Harvey. Now, stand tall, honey. You're a pig now. Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck. Of course, you know that was Carl Reiner.
It were? He's bifocus worse than I thought. So I'm Carl Reiner. What about that? Huh?
Most people see a fair when it's all dressed up in posters and ribbons. But before they gussy up the grounds, there's a lot of work that has to be done, especially on the midway. Now, you know, midways travel from fair to fair. They'll close in one town one night, and the next night they open in a completely different town. It's a race against time.
Oh, the wayward wind is the restless wind. A restless wind that yearns to wander. And I was born the next of kin, the next of kin. To the wayward wind. the sound of the outward bound made me a slave to my wandering way. And the wayward wind is a restless wind, a restless wind that yearns to wander. And I was born the next of kin, the next of kin to the wayward.
How you making out, Jack?
At 16, Jack Wilson started on his first truck driving job. The year was 1930. Times were tough, and riding a truck was rough. In 35, times improved. But that truck ride was still the same. In 43, Jack went to Europe. Driving a truck was the same, sometimes even hazardous. By 50, Jack was home and had started his own trucking business. But that old truck ride still seemed the same. One day, Jack got mad.
Why don't they make a truck that rides like a car?
So Chevrolet did, with the new 1960 torsion spring ride that's almost as smooth as a Chevrolet car. Notice how Chevy trucks with new independent torsion spring front suspension absorb rough road shock. And this beauty is easier than ever to load, with lots of cab room for driver comfort. From road to roof, the 1960 Chevrolet trucks are years ahead of any others in durability, and they haul loads faster. Where rough roads used to slow trucks down, a 1960 Chevrolet truck today will haul more, make more for you. They're all new and all trucks. At your Chevrolet dealers now.
No matter how bumpy or lumpy or jumpy the road, the driver rides easy and so does the load. Everything smooths right out as never before. With the all-new, brand-new 1960 Chevrolet trucks.
It would have taken a fleet-side truck just full of appetite to have kept up with Dusty and Sandy. By the time we got to Iowa, those two were chewing away like locusts were knocking on the door.
One night after the show, I took them for a little walk through the fair, and we stopped for a refill at one of those taffy-making machines. I said, fellas, you can't out-eat this thing. No matter how much you try or gobble it down, they can make it faster. And old Sandy says...
Yeah, I knew it would be Sandy.
Anyway, Sandy says, I don't know about that, Pop. We got them working nights.
I think we should have hired those boys out as judges in a food contest.
Might not be a bad idea.
Happy trails today, oh, happy trails. Oh, howdy, Sandy. How are you?
How do you do, ma'am? I think I've seen this face before someplace.
Have you ever been to the Crawdad room at Snyder's Swamp?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you might know my brother Charlie Weaver.
Oh, yes, I've heard of him. I saw him on a television show.
Is that what's happened to him? We never hear from him. You see, Mama writes him letters, but he never writes back. Would you mind opening that, Sonny?
Glad
I
to.
don't have the strength anymore. I'm going to win a prize with this. It's my hog jowls and moose grease. Would you like to taste that, Sonny?
No, thank you.
Well, it is a little pungent. I think we cooked the moose a little too long. Would you like to try some red haws in elderberry wine? Or some buttered persimmons in rainwater? Nice rainwater, very good.
You've been busy, haven't you?
Oh, yes. You know, Mama raised us on all these foods. They're very healthful foods.
Uh-huh.
We grew up like weeds.
I can see that.
The greenest bunch of children you ever saw. That's one of Charlie's jokes. It don't work for him either. Oh, here's something I know you like. It's pickles a la mode.
Pickles a la mode?
Yes, that's a cold pickle on top of a hot pickle. They're very good. Here, Sonny, would you try some? It'll melt your tongue. Sonny, where did that nice lad go? Well, I'll eat myself.
I don't have much bank account. My cash on hand is small. But tell me, what are riches but contentment after all? Other folks may think I'm poor, but I know it's not so. 'Cause when I count my blessings, I'm the richest man I know. I got a humpback mule, plow and a tater patch, and eggs that are gonna hatch one day. I got my Lord above, a good gal to love me. I'm the richest man I know. Thank you, Lord above, for smiling down on me. I'm richer now than any man has any right to be. Health and love and happiness, they've been my cup of tea. And the richest man in all creation surely envies me. I got a humpback mule plowing a tater patch, eggs that are gonna hatch one day. I got my Lord above, a good gal to love me. I'm the richest man I know. Ain't that so? I'm the richest man I know.
Real pretty, Jimmy.
Thank you. Kind of
reminds me of being back on the farm myself.
You know, it does me too, Roy, but I want to confess something. That's the first time I ever sang to a cow. It makes you feel funny.
Well, I know how you feel. I felt the same way the first time I serenaded Trigger.
She didn't seem to mind too much, though, you know.
Well, not with that song, but if you'd sang a song of Course of Mac the Knife, you might have curdled the milk. How about that, Bessie?
Blue skies shining at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds singing a song, nothing but blue skies from now on. Well, I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right, noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, my, how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Well, I never saw the sun shining so bright, I never saw things going so right, noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now
Texas Bluebonnets.
Thank you.
And you know, Molly, you win first prize.
Well, say, I certainly appreciate that, Roy, but actually I think it was these beautiful flowers that won the prize.
Well, they wouldn't have if you hadn't been one little bee buzzing around them.
Well, say, I've got something for you.
What's that?
Well, actually, they're not exactly for you.
Hey.
They're for Trigger.
Well, I don't know whether he'll appreciate the blossoms or not, but he'll have a ball with those stems. I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop by the cow barn and I'll drop these off on the way, huh?
Okay.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Let me stand with the grip of the plow in my hand on the good green acres of home, my land, where a friend is treasured and your wealth is measured by the strength of heart and hand. Let me live with the sun and the wind and the rain, while I plant my acres with golden grain. Let me build my love nest with a stick and stone on the good green acres of home, my home. The good green
sure had a lot of time off during our tour. I used to fish, or I'd oil up my shotgun and do a little shooting out at one of the trap or skeet clubs nearby. One time, I even got into a sulky race. Well, I came in 5th in that race. That wasn't bad considering there were only 4 of us in the race. But Dale didn't have it quite so easy. She spent most of her time trying to keep up with our little Apaches. But once in a while, she got a chance to breathe easy. That's when she'd take a drive out into the country. There's one trip she's still talking about.
This is kind of a home that makes it so easy to fall in love with the Pennsylvania Dutch countryside. I suppose some folks would say this is old-fashioned. Well, it is old-fashioned, but then so's Christmas. You know, I suppose a lot of women prefer these modern kitchens with all the newfangled gadgets. But I don't know. Somehow they just never seem to smile back at you. This one even sings. Well, all right. If you want me to, I'll join in, okay? I'm old-fashioned. I love the moonlight. I love the old-fashioned feel. The sound of rain upon my window pane. The starry song that April sings. This year's fancies are passing fancies, but sighing sighs, holding hands, these my heart understands. I'm old-fashioned, but I don't mind it, and I will always be, as long as you agree to stay old-fashioned with me. I love an old-fashioned marriage with a busy baby carriage. I love an old-fashioned church with a bell in the steeple, filled with old-fashioned folks, quiet, warm-hearted people. I'm old-fashioned, but I don't mind it. We will always be a happy family if you stay old-fashioned with me. Now, you just try getting a melody like that out of a push-button kitchen. You know, the women folks at Lehigh Valley, their kitchens into concert halls. Tell you what I mean. They can take this skillet here, this frying pan, and put some strings on it, and it becomes a cello. Or they can take this singing tea kettle, and it becomes a bassoon. Last year at the Allentown, Pennsylvania Fair, they even had a kitchen band contest, and the grand prize was won by the Jolly Gadgeteers.
something, you know. I haven't heard sounds like that since Ma boiled a squeak out of Pop Sunday's shoes.
You know, those gals practice for months before the fair, all day and all night. They sure come up with a lot of loud noises, didn't they?
And very thin husbands.
You know what? I'm sorry we brought these. We ain't got a chance to top that symphony.
Well, I got a lot of faith in this duck-run Stradivarius of mine. Just listen. I took my first lesson when I was 6.
6? I guess
S-I-X.
I guess I started on this Texas Steinway about that time.
Now, look, fellas, I'm a city boy. I had a newspaper route, and it's very hard to play a newspaper.
Well, you sure missed the one. Say, Jimmy, let's show him how country boys had fun when the fish weren't biting, huh?
Shall we tune? Wait. No, this ain't. Wait.
Which way back to the kitchen, band?
Oh, no, you don't.
You're not going to play it again.
Can't be a coward about that.
I've got the wildest hunch that it might be better to sing it.
Well,
I don't know that song.
well, it's just an old country song.
Well, tonight I'm supposed to be an Irish tenor, Roy, and unless Mother McCree was the sheriff of Abilene, I don't know any country songs.
Well, let's meet him halfway, Jimmy. I'll tell you what. We'll sing an Irish song, country style.
Now you're talking.
We will.
And we'll change the name of your ranch to the Dublin R.
In that case, you started, because the Wabash Cannonballs is Irish as this boy ever got, I'll grant you.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring.
In a lilt of Irish leather, you can hear the angels. If you got a gal who'll leave you alone, hit her in the head with a blarney stone.
When Irish eyes are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away.
I'm blue the bees I like doing, the rest of her looks like mulligan stew.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away.
Oh, we sure stomped the melody out of that one.
McNamara's band ought to ask for equal time.
Well, they'll have to wait in line because Jimmy Dean's got the floor on the next one, Carl.
I'd like to state that a state fair is fun. It's fun to see what folks have done for the prizes they have won. And this year at this big state fair, that new blue ribbon will be going to Chevrolet Corvair. Yes, sir. That's the car that's getting all the stares everywhere it goes, and there's a reason. It gives you more advantages and more appeal than any other compact car on the road today. You take room, for instance. There's room for 6 adults in this car. As you saw there, Mom, Pop, and the 5 kids. And another thing, when you ride to the fair in this Corvair, nobody's going to have their knees up under their chin because there's lots of room. That floor is practically flat. And the engine is in the rear. The Chevrolet people put it there to give you the best performing compact car on the road today. This beauty is a real 4-season performer. This Corvair can take you practically anywhere. Climbs hills like a sure-footed stallion. And when it's on the open highway, it squeezes every mile out of every gallon of gasoline. Scoots through mud like it wasn't even there. And when it snows, it takes to it like a reindeer. And with that engine in the rear, it's kind of like you got a built-in push. So, you take it from old Jim Dean. If you're looking for a compact car that'll really get you there and save you a passel of money at the same time, go down and visit your Chevrolet dealer and have a look at this Corvair. Yes, sir. If they gave a prize for winning cars this year at this state fair, this grand prize ribbon would be going to Chevrolet Corvair.
And now here's some of the nice people who came to see one of our shows. Maybe some of you folks back in Indiana can recognize yourselves, huh? Any luck? Well, I bet you won't have any trouble recognizing one of the most exciting spots in our show. It's Roy Rogers and his Liberty Horses. And here is the promenade. He does this to get them right in the mood. They make a pretty sight, don't they? This is called a cutback. You watch closely and he will reverse this in just a minute. I'll do a cutback the other way around. No, he's going into formation of twos. Very pretty. Oh, watch that first step there, fellas. And coming in our formation of fours. Here they come for the most beautiful sight of all. It's the beautiful Liberty Horse big wheel of A's. Come on in there, Rex. And that's it. There you have the big wheel, folks. And now Roy's going to bring them to a nice pause over here to say a real thank you to you folks for your kind attention for Roy Rogers and his Liberty Horses. Now they're going to walk the ring with their front feet. We want you to meet these horses individually. Number 1 is Satin. Number 2, Chalkeye. Number 3, Murphy. Number 4, Pal. Number 5, Rex. Number 6, Dick. Number 7, Sonny. Number 8 is our little character named Elmer. He has quite a personality, this horse. He just does just as he pleases. Now they're coming over here for a very pretty bow. Look at this. It's called the oblique. Very nice, Roy. Thank you. Now he'll bring them around to the other side of the ring, and they're going to reverse what you just saw. This is walking the ring with their back feet. Everybody get your feet up on that ring like nice horses. That means you too, Elmer. Let's go here, boy. Son, it's whole feet on the back. Oh, my goodness alive. Look at that. What a horse. Oh, all four, I give up. He's cute, though, isn't he? All right, now watch this pretty bow. This is the reverse oblique. Look at the head this time. That's it. And now the waltz, done to the strains of the beautiful Ohio. You know, Ohio happens to be Roy's home state, and that's why he chose this music. They waltz in pairs, as you will see. Make a beautiful side. Oh, you waltz me around again, Willie. Yeah. Once more, fellas. Let's see it again. Once more. Ah, very fine, and that's the way it's done. That's the head, the tail, waltz. Now coming up is the most spectacular sight of all. For this is the wonderful Liberty Mount. Now, this requires a great deal of patience, a lot of balance. Those backs are really slick. But what a sight once they get up there. The Liberty Mount! Now they're going to line up here for a real good charge toward their master. Now watch this. This is very exciting. And you're a brave man, Mr. Rogers. It's Roy Rogers and his Liberty Horses, and they say thank you one and all. Thank you. You know, it takes a lot of feed to keep 8 horses like that happy. But when I think of appetites, my mind keeps coming back to you-know-who. Here's how they nibble their way through Kansas. You know, they ate so much they were still chewing 2 hours after they fell asleep. I guess that's about all those boys had on their minds. Somehow or other, I have a feeling when they grow up just a little bit and fair time comes around, they'll start thinking about something else.
Oh! Never could knock them things down. Few of them, but never get all of them. I had a lot of fun trying this summer at the fairs. We'd go down on the midway between shows and watch the people. 2/3 of the time they put on a better show than we did, I'll grant you that. The high school gals, the way they dress. You can look at them. You can look at them and tell that one called the other the day before and says, let's go to the fair. And the other says, fine and dandy, what do you want to wear? The other says, well, I'll wear my blue jeans, the ones with the paint all over them, my green sweater, my yellow socks, and my gym sneakers. And the other said, well, for goodness sakes, I didn't know you was going for them. And there's a fad with these kids, you know. Every day's something new. Now, the latest thing during the summer was white lipstick. This was a necessity, white lipstick. They'd put that all over their mouth. You couldn't even see their lips. And this I don't go for at all. I believe if a feller's aiming for a kiss, he ought to be able to see the target, huh? And another one, they got perfume. The wildest things you ever saw. Boy, they got to be potent to make a guy blow $40 on a 35-cent Cupid doll. You got one that's dandy, though. This I'll go for. It not only smells good, but it keeps the mosquitoes away, too. There was one, let's see, I think it was Indianapolis, Indiana. Little old boy about 17 years old standing there. And this gal come by with some of this perfume on. And he went, and his ducktail haircut spread out like the NBC peacock. I ain't lying to you. The guys are no different. They're fun to watch, too. You'll notice there's always 4 of them. They travel in 4s. 3 of them hate the other, but he's got the car. And they come in 2... They do. They come in 2 categories, these boys. And I know you know the kind there's 2 categories. One of them's the fast-talking, smooth, go-get-'em type feller. He's the type of guy that takes a girl to a drive-in movie, and the engine starts 3 times, and the key ain't even in the ignition. And then they got the old boy kind of like myself. He moves slow as molasses in January. He's a nice boy. He's bashful. This boy is 21 years old before he had the nerve to look at the ladies' side of a laundry list. He's good to girls. He treats girls nice, and he'll take them out to dinner and to the movies and to the Saturday dance. And then that fast-talking boy I was talking about a while ago comes along and marries her, and they go off and have a bunch of kids. Now, that's kind of like shaking a tree and somebody else picking up all the apples, you know? But, I don't know. Somehow things always work out, and they get together, as those couples over there.
Oh, sweethearts on
Two by two they go marching through the sweethearts on parade. I can't help cry as they pass me by. The sweethearts on parade. I'd love to join their fun, but they bar me, 'cause it takes more than one to join theirs. How I pine just to fall in love with the sweethearts on parade.
flowers in springtime. You're as pure as the dew on the rose.
But I'd rather be somebody's darling than a poor girl that nobody knows.
Come sit by my side, little darling. Come lay your cool hand on my brow.
And promise me that you will never be nobody's darling but mine. Nobody's darling but mine, love. Be honest, be faithful, be kind. Promise me that you will never be nobody's darling but mine.
You grow sweeter as the years go by. You grow sweeter as the twilights glide. I need never dream of our first kiss.
When I know our last one is as sweet as this,
Though September takes the place of June, in September there's a harvest moon. Let the leaves stop falling, darling. What care I?
when
You grow sweeter as the years go by.
Hey, Goosey. Oh, I said panda. She thought I said gander. Oh, all right, honey. There we go. What happened on the midway, you know.
It's only a paper moon hanging over the cardboard sea. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. It's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's part of that daily world, just as lonely as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
State fair time is fun time. Fun especially for this family, since they're stepping out in their 1960 Chevy Nomad wagon. One look tells you this modern wagon is fashioned for families and designed for use. The Nomad carries people or packages up to half a ton. It's natural that you should find fun and Chevrolets in the same place. They go together. Fun just to look at a new Bel Air Sport Coupe. Rich, luxurious interior. Fisher body roominess. Such smart, sensible styling, such a low, low budget price. It's a match that appeals to all who are young and young in heart. Yes, excitement is in the air everywhere at State Fair time. Excitement at the Wheel of Fortune. Excitement on a twirling, whirling Ferris wheel. Or excitement at the wheel of the Chevrolet Impala convertible. Why don't you step out and find fun like this lucky young couple? It's easy to discover. All you have to do is slip behind the wheel of any new Chevy. And whichever 1960 Chevy you're partial to, here's news. Chevrolets are rolling off the assembly lines again. And even now, your dealer may have just the model you want. So see your Chevrolet dealer now about the finest Chevys ever.
We've traveled around from place to place and met each friendly neighbor face to face. We've thrilled to the sounds of laughter and watched the freedom of children at play. It's our earnest prayer that forever after, it always stays just this way. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be.
With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony.
Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now.
With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
Thank you very much. That's an appropriate thought for a Sunday evening, isn't it? And for this season, too.
Before we canvass up the rides and turn out the midway lights, we'd like to thank Jimmy Dean. Thanks for staying all night with us the other night, Jimmy.
Yeah.
And Molly B., very sweet little gal, and Carl Reiner.
Oh, Dennis, get better quickly. I can't keep talking this high. Get better, Dennis.
Thank you very much, Carl. Dale, you tell the folks about next week.
Well, you go round up Sandy and Dusty for me, will you?
I've
oh,
already
you don't
done
need
it.
to.
Here they
Here
are. Yeah.
Well, hi, fellas. Now, how did you like seeing yourselves at the fair?
Boy, I wish we were back there again. Yeah, because we're hungry.
You're hungry? So am I.
Oh, just like I never left home. Next week, it's going to be mistletoe and holly with Dinah. And gathered around the Christmas tree, you're going to find wonderful people like Yves Montand. So many people wanted to see him again. And a Yuletide Carol on Ice by Miss Donna Atwood. And her very special guest, Mr. Charles Lawton. And don't you forget now. We love you.
Now stay tuned for the Loretta Young Show, next over most of these same NBC stations. Next week, the Dinah Shore Chevy Show will star Dinah Shore with Dinah's guest, Eve Monton, Donna Atwood, and special guest Charles Lawton. The Chevy Show has been brought to you by Chevrolet in behalf of your local authorized Chevrolet dealer, who invites you to see and drive the compact, low-cost Corvair and the superlative 1960 Chevrolet. Chevrolet also brings you the Pat Boone Chevy Showroom each week on another network. And now this is Joel Aldred reminding you to drive with care everywhere.